I hope they watched. I hope the Seattle Mariners sat there and watched the Houston Astros celebrate another American League West title. I hope they sat there and watched and realized we had a 10-game lead in this. If we just would have played 500 ball, we'd probably have a shot to still win this thing here. I hope they watched it. I hope they sat there and watched and saw what could have been for this team this season. Sail away, ship away, whatever away you want to put it tonight in Houston. What is up? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back and welcome into the Seattle Mariners post-game recap. Boy, another game that just is a microcosm of the Mariners season. Not getting runners across with less than 2 outs, and a poor pitching performance again from Logan Gilbert, who was not great down the stretch this season when they needed him the most. But the Mariners lose it 4-3. The Houston Astros clinch the American League West, and outside of a miracle, the wild card race is almost 100% over now for the Mariners. Before I dive into it, do me a favor, especially now, smash the like button for me. It helps out tremendously. Comment your thoughts on the game, the season down below. And if you can do me a favor, hit that sub button. I'm 27 subs away from 4,200. Would love to get there before the end of the year. It's going to be tough now with these last few games really not mattering. But if you guys can't hit the sub button, and if you're an Astros fan coming here to watch, to see a Mariners fan suffer, if you can do me a favor, hit that like and sub button for me. I would appreciate it. And congrats to the Houston Astros. It's an organization that wins. They continue to win, and even down 10 games this year. I keep thinking every year that team might just run out of gas a little bit with all the deep runs they've had in the playoffs. But they continue to fight battle, and they're a team that knows how to win. And we talk about the Mariners' injuries this year, and they've had them, right? Brash, Santos in the back end, the bullpen was pretty brutal. But I'll tell you, the Houston Astros dealt with probably more. I mean, Urquidy, Verlander's missed time, McCullers, Luis Garcia, Kyle Tucker's missed a lot of time. Alvarez has been out this series. They've battled through all that and managed to erase a 10 game deficit and clinch with truthfully some room to spare. I would have told you with a 10 game lead, worst case, it's probably going to come down the last day of the season. Couldn't even get to that. And listen, I said it yesterday. I didn't think the Mariners are going to win the AL West coming into today. So this isn't like, oh my gosh, how did they not win this game and win the AL West? But it sums up the season. It sums it up for the Mariners. It was there for them. They had the best chance they've had in 21 years, or more than that, 24 years, 23 years to win a division. And you had a Houston team underperforming early, banged up. You had a 10-game cushion. Even if you just played average, you probably, if at least, Houston would have gained ground, but, you had 2-3 game lead, a little wiggle room. But, and truthfully, the Astros caught the Mariners months ago. Just like I said, in the game itself, another perfect microcosm, right? Runners at the corners, less than 2 outs, chance to just get that sac fly to get that run in. And the Mariners can't do it. Mitch Garver, J.P. Crawford, the biggest, what's the word I'm looking for? The biggest, the guys that messed it up the most today in those situations, unfortunately. And again, microcosms within the microcosms, the game itself and the players that caused it, JP and Mitch. And it's certainly, one game never falls on one player, but they've been disappointing all year. And when the team needed them in a clutch game, couldn't come through for them. Very disappointing from Logan Gilbert, right? Was he awful today? No, but this is another start. And he's had a lot of these really outside of St. Louis where he's been fine. It's not like he's been atrocious, but we need the dominance. And when your season is on the line and you've got to win games, sometimes you've got to ask your best players to be your best players in certain situations. And Logan's been more just, And it's just really kind of funny because, I would have told you at the beginning of the year, I was most worried, and I know I say this all the time, but most worried about Wu and Miller in September. And they've been fantastic outside of Sunday. Wu blew it, but, they've been great. It's the veterans that have kind of let the team down a little bit here. And the offense had plenty of chances here tonight to make it a closer game or get him a win. And there's a scenario where Logan Gilbert gets a W in this game, but needed to be better. Can't give up home runs to Jason Hayward, who 4 straight games Jason Hayward has homered against the Mariners. He killed us in that series in LA, goes to Houston and just kills us one more time. I mean, my gosh, Joe Adell, Mickey Moniak, and Jason Hayward. Woo! Public enemies number 1 for the 2024 Mariners. Actually, public enemy number 1 for the 2024 Mariners the 2024 Seattle Mariners. Own worst enemy. Um, tonight, you look at yesterday and you go, okay, like you win tonight, you keep that wild card hope alive. Maybe you do keep the division hope alive a little bit. And the opportunities in this one, in the third inning, Mariners get 3 big runs, runners at the corner for Mitch Garver, grounds in double play. Even a sac fly there, even a sac fly in his later at-bats. Sac flies are outs. I'm not asking Mitch Garver to put one in the Crawford boxes. A couple sac flies probably win the game. Make it 4-1, open it up. Maybe Logan Gilbert settles in. Now, I'm not going to blame Mitch Garver for Logan Gilbert giving up runs, but you get a bigger lead and pitcher settles in a little bit, and maybe gets through. Maybe doesn't give up the home run to Hayward. Who knows? J.P. Crawford, the at-bat in the 6th inning where he strikes out, unacceptable there. And then the at-bat in the 8th, I get it's Josh Hader. I didn't expect anything from J.P., but he's got to be better. Runners at the corners, the previous at-bat before J.P., Mitch Garver flies out, doesn't get a run in. I don't want to watch those two again this year. I'm not talking 2025. We'll assess that when we get to the offseason. I don't want to watch Mitch Garver and J.P. Crawford have another at-bat this year. They haven't earned it. They haven't. Give Leo Rivas the playing time and give, call up Dom Canzone and give him the at-bats over Mitch Garver. I don't care. Don't want to watch them have another at-bat. Is that an emotional response? Absolutely. Guess what? Sports can be emotional sometimes. Sports can absolutely be emotional. I always try to be reasonable when I break things down. I do, because I appreciate that aspect of sports. And I'm not going to, like Logan, I don't know if Logan will make the final start on Sunday or not, but Logan should make it. He's fine. Like a little bit of a tough finish for him. And it's very disappointing, but Logan's had a tremendous season. Mitch and JP have disappointed all year. I know JP's been hurt. And again, I'm not talking 2025. We'll assess the offseason when we get there. But for these final 4 games, I can't watch those guys again. I can't do it. I'd rather see Leo Rivas get those at-bats. And Garver, I don't know if you're facing any more lefties. And I know actually JP had been swinging bat a little bit better last week and a half. And Garver's September's been decent. But there's just been too much of it. There's just been too much frustration from these guys. And just, like I said, the loss itself sums up the Mariners. A 1-run loss, which has now been their bugaboo after being one of their strengths. And 2 guys that have been a big issue for this team not getting over the top this year are the 2 offensively and offensively, the biggest reasons they can't pull this one out tonight. So that's, like I said, the microcosm within the microcosm, essentially, of the game for the Seattle Mariners. Let's get in the box score a little bit here. The final line for Logan Gilbert, 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, 6 hits, gives up the 3 home runs. Bregman gets him in the 1st inning. It was Kyle Tucker who, Tucker's wasn't, I don't mind giving up the home run to Kyle Tucker. I'd prefer not to, but Tucker's was, I think like 336. I actually thought he got under it. I didn't think it was going to get out, but it did. The Jason Hayward one kills me. You cannot give up home runs to Hayward. You've got to keep a guy like that in the ballpark. Hayward killed him in the field with a great catch too. Logan's got to be better. Is it a terrible outing? No. What's Logan's ERA in the year now? 3.33. Logan's been tremendous. He's had a great season. He really has. But his last month outside that game in St. Louis was subpar. It's okay to call that out. Doesn't mean that I'm down on Logan Gilbert at all. I'm not. I love Logan Gilbert. I would still trust him tomorrow to go out there and pitch a great game for this team. But he needed to be better. He needed to be better down the stretch. And disappointing. Bullpen does its job tonight. Trent Thornton continues to have a real nice September, and Munoz gets the final 3 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. I wonder if you shut down Munoz now. I don't know. I know you're not technically eliminated yet, but I think one more win by KC and Detroit, or one more loss by you, meaning the Mariners, I think officially does it. So it's done. I mean, I'm not even going to look into it too much. So you had a chance if Washington pulled it out tonight and you won, but hey, like I said, you're teetering, right? It's funny, in the 3rd inning when Mariners got 3-1, we were all probably feeling pretty good. Like, hey, if Nationals can win, we're a half game back. Here we go. And then the tables just flip. And I always say the word teetering, that's been the Mariners. And unfortunately that teeter-totter just went today for them. But yeah, pitching, bullpen did its job. And like I said, Logan wasn't terrible, but he's got to be better in a game like that. Mariners do pound out 9 hits, 3 walks, 3 runs. Listen, Framber Valdez has been one of the best pitchers in baseball the last month or so. And overall, 2.91 ERA. He's actually a guy the Mariners have always seemed to hit pretty well. I don't know if it's like they have or just he's really good and it's surprising the Mariners have hit him. I don't think overall the Mariners were terrible against Valdez, but they're not in a position to let opportunities go by. And that was the frustration today. It wasn't so much that like the offense was atrocious. They just had multiple opportunities to add on where a sac fly, slow chopper gets another run in there. And truthfully, I think the three should have been enough. Logan's got to be better, but the offense also could have added on. So I guess the nice thing is we can blame everybody outside of Thornton and Munoz, really. Let's look at the offensive numbers here today. Victor Robles 0 for 5. Julio was 1 for 5. Cal was 2 for 4. Randy had a nice RBI double and a walk. He was on base twice. Justin Turner, again, on base twice. I feel like every time I look at a box score, Turner's been on a couple times. I'm actually not against Justin Turner coming back next year. I was talking to Mariner Sir about it. He brought to my attention that Cal Raleigh was talking about Justin Turner and talked about he's like having another coach. And I know Mariner Sir is a great term for he calls them those cage guys. Guys are always around talking, getting guys, tweaking things, helping guys get better. Carlos Santana was great for that in 22. I wish we would have acquired Justin Turner a little bit earlier in the year if it was possible. I think he's a great cage guy. I really do. I think he's kind of another coach there. He's going to be 40 next year. I could totally get not bringing him back, but I wouldn't be against it. He's been really solid with the Mariners. Like, it's nothing out of this world, but if you can improve the lineup in other spots, nothing wrong with having Justin Turner bat 6th, 7th in your lineup. But like I said, though, at 40, the bat speed's slow. There could be a pretty big drop off. I don't know, but I certainly wouldn't be against entertaining it. Justin Turner's been a really nice addition. Polanco had a nice game, 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Could have used a few more of those early in the year. Garver and Crawford both with a brutal 0 for 4. JP with 4 strikeouts. I guess at least Mitch put the ball in play, didn't strike out. Dylan Moore 0 for 1 with the walk. Luke Raley pinched hit for him, which was fine. That was a good spot for Luke, but couldn't come through. And then Urias pinched hit in the 9th. I almost wonder if you should have had Urias pinch hit for JP in a spot, but like you said, it's a microcosm of the season. It's guys that you were supposed to be able to rely on this year, kind of blowing it for you, unfortunately. So yeah, listen, I can't say much more. Logan was disappointing. Offense couldn't come through with those, clutch situations or, kind of small ball situations when you just need to get another run. They couldn't do it. And, it's fitting that they have to watch the Astros win the division and deservedly so. Deservedly so. The Mariners had to watch it. I guess you get you a good chance to win tomorrow. You might get the Astros hungover lineup tomorrow for sure. So certainly an opportunity to maybe win a game tomorrow. But at this point, it's not really gonna matter much. And these last 4 games are gonna be tough because I've said several times, not like there's a lot of prospects making their debuts. I can be like, oh, hey, Cole Young went 4 for 4 today, or this and that. So it's just kind of going to be going through the motions here, and we'll finish this up. 4 to go. It's been quite a party. I might try to do a live stream Sunday just to finish off the season. Seahawks don't play till Monday, so our folks can be on the Mariners or NFL Red Zone, which I wouldn't blame you for watching that. So we'll see. We'll see though. Thank you everybody for all the support this year. It's not over. We got 4 games left, but truly, truly do appreciate it. I say all the time, but the kind comments really do mean the world to me when I see them. It really makes me, not that I've ever not wanted to keep doing this, but I can understand where people maybe that do something like this and they get negative feedback, you'd want to quit. But you guys keep me going. And I think the positive to negative comments are like 100 to 1. And even the negative comments I think are more of the team than me, to be honest. So, I really do appreciate it. And, all the support this year means a lot. Like I said, sometimes I don't read comments. Sometimes just like I need a break from this team, but you guys make me laugh. Make me laugh tonight. I want to laugh. Can you guys make me laugh? Drop some bangers in the comments tonight for me. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thank you for all the support this year. We got 4 to go. We'll finish it up. Congrats to the Houston Astros on another AL West title. That the well-oiled machine, keeps running for Houston, and the Mariners will have to wait another year to see if it will be their year, but it won't be 2024. So, they're not officially eliminated yet, but yeah. Have a great night, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, and forever, go Mariners. Peace.